Let's make moms great again. If you want to know how, then let's take a look at Lyn Ulbricht. Conservatives and libertarians may despise Disney for being woke, but they sure rip off the theme of their movies. They get rid of the mom in the opening credits. While everyone is rushing around to heap praise on the chair of the Libertarian Party for inviting Trump, giving her credit for Trump's pardon of Ross, let's remember the real woman behind the Free Ross movement, Lyn Ulbricht, Ross's mother. With this pardon, Ross can start a new chapter. He's got a whole new world open to him. Ross has an incredible story to tell. He's cool and all. He disrupted things. He lived out his principles to the fullest. He believed in a free market and produced the Silk Road as a testament to that. But where do you think he learned to be so principled and have those convictions? Where do you think he learned to love the free market? I got an answer for you. His mom. In an interview, she said that Ross was, quote, a free market libertarian who believes people have a right to do with their bodies what they want. I know his intentions. We often discussed all these things before he was arrested. So to all the crypto bros and libertarians out there, if you like what Ross did, you can thank his mom. The trend these days is to be a trad wife. But being a traditional wife or mother is not about posting online and bragging about cleaning or baking or gloating about how many babies you birthed. It's one thing to say a woman's role is to raise children, and a completely different thing to actually do it. It's about fulfilling the most difficult role anyone will ever have, raising children. Lyn was a trad mom before it was cool. She obviously didn't have kids just to be some influencer. Ross was an honor student, an Eagle Scout, and received a scholarship to college. That's a testament to her as a mom. She was busy raising a man, not making trad wife videos and gaining followers. That's how you know a traditional woman when you see one. They're normally hiding behind their kid's success, not out in front of it. When I went to the Bitcoin conference in Nashville last year, there was Lyn, standing at a booth passing out free Ross t-shirts and signs to anyone who would take them. I highly doubt that she wanted to spend her weekend with a bunch of crypto nerds. But there she was. I didn't see any of these people who like to virtue signal about Ross or drop his name on podcasts to sound hip. I didn't see them there doing the work, passing anything out, putting in the hours. For more than a decade, Lyn has done the behind-the-scenes grunt work that makes a mission move along and reach its goal. People are speculating about where he'll give his first interview and how epic it would be if he went on Joe Rogan's podcast. But you know what? Maybe he should have Lyn on it first. Maybe she could give a masterclass on how to fight the entire government and win. Maybe she could teach everyone a thing or two about the work involved to make political change, and that it's more than just tweeting something. Look at all the people and organizations that supported Ross's pardon. It was Lyn who worked to secure all of those, to tell Ross's story and to gather as much support as possible. Then, in 2021, she had a heart attack. Now, maybe she would have had one anyways, but I can't imagine that having a son sentenced to life in prison could have helped. While everyone wants to spike the ball today on social media because Ross was pardoned, let's not forget the woman behind the Free Ross movement. People should remember that it was Lyn who made sure everyone knew her son's name. Only a mother could humanize his story the way she did. Look at the website. It's got his childhood pictures on there and graduation photos. It's a mother telling everyone he may be a prisoner to you, but to me, he's my baby boy. That's the part that so many people miss far too often when lobbying for a cause, especially a pardon. I doubt the Libertarian Party or its members, mostly a bunch of well-meaning older men, could have made Ross's story as compelling as she did. It's a story only a mother could tell, and she told anyone who would listen. She did interviews anywhere and everywhere that she could. She went on the little ones. She wasn't just waiting to hook a big fish interview with Joe Rogan, because building a movement is about reaching as many people as possible. And let's not forget that Trump may act like, and people may treat him like a savior today for the pardon, but we can also blame him for Ross spending the last 8 years in prison. Ross was found guilty and given 2 life sentences in 2015. That means when Trump became president the first time around, he could have given him a pardon, but he didn't. Now, maybe over the course of those 4 years, he thought it would take too much of a hit to his political capital. But what about his last day in office? Trump could have given him one then. What was going to happen? Trump was already leaving the White House on the heels of January 6th. He was already in turmoil. What would one more pardon be? Instead of pardoning Ross, he gave one to Lil Wayne, a rich rapper who didn't need it. And for anyone thinking, hey, maybe Trump didn't know about Ross, well, he did. In 2018, Lyn posted a video message to Trump asking to talk to him about her son's case.
And I know that you care about fairness in the criminal justice system. Ross has widespread support in the tech and cryptocurrency communities, and I would really appreciate the opportunity to be able to talk to you further about his case.
He ignored it. That was 7 years ago, but she never stopped fighting to get her son out of prison. Not even when Joe Biden was president and we knew his pardon would never happen. For Trump's failure to act, Ross lived out the 4 years of Biden's term knowing a pardon was never coming. And I doubt, if we didn't live in such a divided nation where elections are so close, that he would have promised the Libertarian Party a pardon for Ross. And if it wasn't for his personal run-in with a corrupt criminal justice system, as he mentioned in the Truth Social post when he pardoned Ross, I doubt Trump would have done anything at all. It's giving those vibes of, I only care when it affects me type of problems. So while I thank Trump for fulfilling his promise and doing the right thing, eventually, I also say it's about 8 years late. He ignored a problem and let it fester, and then came in at the end to act like a savior. Despite all the political games being played, and despite 3 presidents ignoring her request for a pardon, she kept going until she finally got what she wanted. Lyn deserves a spa day, a year-long beach vacation. She's earned the right to start every day with a margarita in one hand and a joint in the other. She should get breakfast in bed every day, because every day should be Mother's Day for her. And let this be a reminder that if something is going to get done, it's going to take a mother to make it happen. So why don't we use Lyn as a role model, and let's make moms great again. Now that you know where we've been, find out where we're going. Tune in to Ladies Love Politics, where you can stay informed without going insane.